Hey, Casey's, hope your week is off to a fantastic start. To get our brains buzzing before we dive in, let's do a quick, fun icebreaker. If you say beer can with a British accent, it sounds like bacon in a Jamaican accent. Go ahead and try it. Now, buckle up. This episode's case? You know how sometimes things you learn in a classroom feel abstract? Well, this patient's journey was the opposite. It was like the page jumped off the textbook and solidified my understanding of how interconnected disease processes can be. Imagine this. You're following the familiar path of a known illness, breast cancer. You think you have a sense of the terrain. Then a sudden, unexpected fog rolls in, breathlessness that steals each gasp, and tiredness that weighs down every movement for weeks. That's the mystery my patient presented with. As a junior clerk who is still very much in awe of the human body's intricate ways, my mind immediately started racing. What could be causing this in someone with a history of breast cancer? My first priority was to listen carefully to the patient's story, taking a detailed history of his new breathlessness and tiredness, and then performing a thorough physical examination to gather clues. He told me he had been diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2014. Doctors had recommended regular monitoring and intervention, but unfortunately, due to financial constraints, he was not able to go for any appointments between 2015 and 2022, a long period with no medical eyes on his condition. In April 2022, he developed a productive cough that wouldn't go away. He got cough syrup, but it didn't help. He was then advised by a medical professional to start chemotherapy, medication to fight cancer, and surprisingly, when he started, his cough actually got much better, but it didn't completely go away. Before I even met this patient, he had been in the emergency room because of his breathlessness. The doctors did a procedure called a therapeutic chest tap. Think of it like using a needle to carefully drain some fluid from around his lungs. In his case, they got about a tablespoonful of bloody fluid, which gave him a bit of relief from his breathing problems. Now, with that in mind, and knowing his history of breast cancer from way back in 2014, and his new onset breathlessness and tiredness, I started to form a mental list of possible explanations, what we call a differential diagnosis. These initial thoughts included things like a possible lung infection, and also the possibility of the cancer progressing to nearby organs. A chest x-ray had already been done, so I reviewed it to see if it supported any of my initial ideas. The image was like a shadowy snapshot of his lungs, and it revealed unexpected cloudy patches where clear air should have been. It was like looking at a weather forecast that suddenly predicted storms where sunshine was expected. This finding, combined with what I got from talking to and examining the patient, confirmed the suspicion of the breast cancer spreading into the lungs. My big takeaway from this case really hammered home a crucial point. While we often think of breast cancer as primarily affecting women, it's a disease that can impact men too. And in this patient's situation, the cancer had unfortunately spread, a process called metastasis. Think of it like seeds from a plant traveling through the air and sprouting in new soil, in this case, his lungs. The breathlessness and constant tiredness weren't just random, they were the body's way of signaling that something new and serious was happening. Reflecting on my recent case of male breast cancer, I've come to realize that men often face unique challenges in diagnosis and treatment. Late-stage diagnosis, distinct tumor characteristics, and differences in treatment approaches can all impact outcomes. As a result, men with breast cancer tend to have a worse overall survival rate compared to women. This case has highlighted the importance of increased awareness and tailored interventions to improve outcomes for men with breast cancer. Recommendations: to reduce your risk of breast cancer and limit its spread if diagnosed, prioritize regular screenings, maintain a healthy weight, exercise often, limit alcohol and tobacco use, and eat a balanced diet. Knowing your family history and staying informed about your body can lead to early detection, which makes a critical difference. If you're undergoing treatment, stick to your care plan, report new symptoms early, and avoid unproven alternatives. Prevention isn't perfect, but proactive choices can truly save lives.